This car here, right here, 72 Monte Carlo, my favorite. I bought it off a guy that works with me at IBM, and I made him an offer of $125. Ardell Williams, birth date, February the 20th, 1942. Bastrop, Texas. Well, a lot of chores to do growing up on the farm. Ooh, my mama was a talker. My dad didn't say too much. He was kind of a quiet fella. But when he did say something, he meant what he said. How many kids? That was 12 altogether. One passed away at birth, so my parents raised 11 kids. How was it growing up in Bastrop, Texas? Well, we grew up on a farm, and we had a lot of work we had to do on the farm. We had to, back in the 40s, when I was born and raised in the 40s, we had a lot we had to do, because everything we ate, we grew the food. We had to cut wood. We had wood stove, wood heaters. So we had to do all the work to keep warm back in the day. During the summertime, well, we would get up when the sun come up, and we'd usually go to bed when the sun go down. But it was work from sun up to sundown on my behalf, because my dad and my two older sisters and two older brothers, they all went off on a cotton pick. So I was the only sibling left at home during the summer months. And I had to do all the work around the house, milk the cows, feed the hogs, and do the turkeys. We even raised turkeys, the whole work, so I had to do it. Because I had a sister next to me, and she didn't do none of that kind of work outside the house. Started the school. School was on our place. We had a one-room schoolhouse from 1st through the 8th grade, just right across the field from the house. Well, elementary school was all right. I started the school in the 6th grade, in the 1st grade, and I had my little sister, Maddie. She was right along with me, but she was 2 years younger than me, but she went to school every day, and all my books and stuff, she studied those, and she worked right along with me. And when we got to the 2nd grade, and when she got old enough to come to school, well, the teacher just put her right on up there. And so she and I went to elementary school all of 8 years together. We only had one teacher, and that was Miss Durst. We had Miss Durst for the first 5 years. I think it was the first 5 years, and then after that we had another teacher, Dolores Thorns, and she taught a couple of years, and then during our 8th grade, well, Dolores left, and then her sister Joyce took over, and she was there when we graduated from the 8th grade. Well, I had wonderful parents. Mom and Dad was wonderful. I guess about the best you could think of. Was a stay-at-home mom. And my dad did work, outside work, mostly farm work, for most of the years. My growing up years, he was working on the farm. I got 2 sisters and 2 brothers older than me. I'm number 5 from the top, and then I got 7 that was born under me. I went to high school, Email High in Bastrop, Texas. It was not integrated, no integrated school. It was all black school where we went. I graduated from high school in 1960. Maddie and I did. Worked during school time. I was working on the farm for one of my cousins, driving a tractor every day, and on weekends, driving tractor after school hours, and then on Saturdays. It was my first job, but then after that, during the summer, my dad started working in Austin, and he was doing construction work, so I got a job with him doing construction during the summertime. After I graduated from high school, my 2 older sisters had a house. They had moved to Austin, and so I got a job in Austin, and I moved with them and stayed here in Austin for 2 years. I lived with them here in Austin. My first job really was my first job after I graduated from high school. My first job was construction work. I did construction work for 2 years, and we was building a store called Gulf Mart, the construction company that I was working for. And after the store was built, I got a job working for the store. We was doing tires, batteries, and gasoline, this sort of stuff. And that's why I learned how to do mechanic work. My oldest sister was Gladys, the next oldest was Letty B. And then also my sister Maddie, we both graduated at the same time, and she went to Houston Tillerson College, and so we all stayed together over on 10th Street, right off the road, off the street from Houston Tillerson College. 1962, I got married, and I was still only 20. I hadn't reached 21 yet, but my parents had to sign for me to get a marriage license, and my mother signed for me to get a marriage license. And I got married July the 2nd, 1962. My first son was born December 25th. We had a son born December the 25th in 1962. Was our firstborn. My oldest son was named Keith Allen Williams. We named him. And in 1964, our second son was born, and his name was Paul Edwin Williams. He was born January 7, 1964. And then after that, we had a daughter born in March 1966 named Deidre Rochelle Williams in 1966. And then in 1968, we had another daughter born July 11, 1968. Her name was Sonia Michelle Williams. So that was our family. And then in 1968, I went to work for IBM, International Business Machines. And that's where I was employed for 30 plus years. Well, church, when the kids started growing up, when they was real young, we decided we needed to have a church home. So we joined the Pleasant Grove Baptist Church under the leadership of J.J. Dixon was our pastor. And we would fellowship with Pleasant Grove Baptist Church until 1974. And then in 1974, my brother, J.R. Williams, he organized a church, True Light Missionary Baptist Church, which is still today. And we left Pleasant Grove and joined True Light Baptist Church in 1974. And in 1977, I was ordained as a deacon at True Light Baptist Church, and that's where I've been ever since 1974 as a deacon with True Light Missionary Baptist. My oldest grandson, Joshua Washington, he grew up here with me, kind of like my own son, really. And the rest of them is out in Arizona, but I let them know that hard work don't hurt anybody. Take care of yourself and obey your parents in all times. And I think that should be the best thing for them to know and understand is to obey their parents, and they'll go from there.